Hey everybody, growing comic fan here. My first video, first comic. I'm reading Punisher Max, The Platoon. I've heard great things about it from Diversity in Comics. Yeah, here's hoping it's good. Let's get into comics. I'm looking for you guys to recommend me some comics as I go through this whole experience with everybody. So let's start this. We're looking at a bar scene, guys reading through. I really liked this. It set up a great background for Frank Castle. He's my favorite. I've watched the Punisher series on Netflix. I'm loving it. Just real great. He's a real big hero. I'm real, happy and all that. So I like this character right here the most. This big black guy right here. I think that he's really the main character, not Frank Castle in this series. And it's done in a real subtle way, but especially as we go on, when Frank first arrives at at the hill, what is it, 861? Like this guy right here, you don't even know his name. That's how good this story's written. Garth Ennis is really doing a great job. You see, Frank says, "Yeah, I don't know nothing about all this, no experience at all." So he's relying on them. It's real good storytelling, real good. Like this black guy, don't know his name. I don't know if it says it or not, but it really shows that he's the experienced one here. He knows what he's doing, and he's showing Frank basically the ropes. I'm not a military man, so I don't know what's going on. The sound of my voice, you can tell that, but yes, he knows what's going on. He doesn't. He's showing him the ropes. He's showing him what you can do, what you can't do, what the deal is on Hill 861. Now Frank goes along. This is really a wonderful storytelling piece right here. You see, he knows the experience. He knows that Chubai, the place where they're going to get airlifted or air evac'd, isn't safe. But Frank Castle, he doesn't know that, so he's relying on his troops more as a crutch, kind of, to know what's going on. So, the part of this that I really enjoy is kind of the action that Frank Castle puts in the platoon immediately. So he trusts the experience of his troops, as you can see, like this face right here. He's shocked. He doesn't expect Frank Castle to kind of understand the experience. He's thinking, oh, got a new LT. He's not going to listen to me. No, maybe because I'm black, because it's Vietnam and all that. Maybe because he thinks he's the hot shit. But as you can tell, Frank Castle really kind of respects the people that he's around. Look at that steely gaze right there. It's really just a wonderful thing. Like, you can tell by the end of the first mission. At the beginning, the faces of these people, they didn't trust Frank Castle. They say, it's just a new LT, he's gonna earn our trust. But by the end, the first airstrike, they're saying, oh, damn, Frank Castle's the hot shit. We can trust this guy. And then I really like this part about this series. You're not just seeing things from the quotations good guy, if you can call the Punisher a good guy. You're not just seeing it from his view, you're also seeing it from the enemy. Because the thing I really love about the Punisher is that even though everything's so black and white for Frank Castle, you're either good and you live or you're bad and you die, things aren't that easy. So when you see things from the Viet Cong side, from I can't say that. Li Kuang and Letron. Ah, terrible. Letron. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Letron. When you see things, when you see things from their point of view, you see, all right, who's justified? You wanna stay on Frank Castle's side because he's the main character. He's the Punisher. You're going for his view, but also things are more complicated. It's a war. There's two different sides to everything, and so you kind of empathize with the view of the enemy, and that's really very important. You can see the shock on their faces as the writer. God, what's his name? I can't remember. But the writer really, the people in Frank Castle's first Platoon are really shocked that he knows the other side because, they don't really expect that. They expect, oh, this guy who wrote Valley Forge, a big, American circle jerk, he's going all American. He's not gonna talk to the Viet Cong. So when these guys find out that he knows the other side, it's a real big shock to them. So it's kind of like this whole back and forth between the Frank Castle type characters where it's good or bad and there's no in between, to this Viet Cong general, the colonel. I mean, I like him the most, even though he's kind of being set up to be the villain. He's really the most interesting character because he doesn't like the war that's going on, and by all means, he's well deserving of being a bad character. Like further on in the story, he says that he's done some terrible things. He's ordered some terrible things, but you can tell that he views everything that he's done in the same way that Frank Castle, as the Punisher, views what he's done, and that it's like a necessary evil or something. So it's really interesting. This is the end of this issue, The Punisher Max, the Platoon, #1. I'm gonna finish through this series as it's currently out. I think it's up to issue #4, and as that continues on, feel free to give me some other cartoons and comics to look at, so I can get more comics. I'm looking forward to reading more comics and looking forward to seeing what I get recommended. All right, thank you all for watching. Recommend me some comics, and let's all enjoy comics together.